Is Godzilla x Kong the New Empire a good movie? No. Is Godzilla x Kong the New Empire a good Godzilla film? No. Is Godzilla x Kong the New Empire a good kaiju film? Yes. Godzilla x Kong definitely deserves a spot on my top 3 favorite kaiju films. This review will be spoiler free, so feel free to relax, and after you've seen the film, comment down below your thoughts. Now, on with the video. Having taken up residence in the Hollow Earth, Kong embarks on a quest to find a permanent home. Unbeknownst to him, his journey will bring him face to face with an ancient adversary bent on wreaking havoc in both the Hollow Earth and the surface world. To combat this threat, Kong must unite forces with Godzilla. Along the way, he will encounter numerous challenges and forge new alliances to aid him in this epic battle. The title for this movie kind of feels out of place for this film. Not surprisingly, this movie leans heavily towards Kong for the main focus, relegating Godzilla to a bit of a side plot. The monsterverse seems to be humanizing the kaiju, especially Kong. This film deserves what many have desired from a kaiju movie. You see, Godzilla is portrayed as a destructive force, a creature without emotion, driven only by the need to assert dominance. In contrast, Kong is depicted as more of a nuanced character, experiencing a range of emotions including defeat, victory, joy, and even moments of sorrow. This is what makes him a highly developed character. Kong's role in this movie goes beyond the meters of just simply a monster, but his expression that can relate to human is what will allow audiences to connect with this movie. While Godzilla is not a devoid of human-like traits, Kong is just more relatable, which aligns with his character as a creature with a heart. Godzilla was conceived as a formidable force of nature, whereas Kong has always been depicted as a creature with depth and emotion since his very first appearance back in 1930s. The human characters in this film are actually pretty engaging, and I was eager to see where they would go next on their journey. Some moments in the story provoked some contemplation, but unfortunately the film pacing was too brisk for me to fully digest these moments. Katie Hoddle, who portrays Gia, shows significant improvement in her acting, eliciting sympathy and relatability for her character's struggles. If there was more of a less compelling character for me in this film, it would most likely be Dr. Eileen. While Dr. Eileen's character was enjoyable to watch, much of her role felt somewhat flat and lacked the impact that I think it could have been or wanted to be in the story. Overall, I found the cast to be quite enjoyable, just as much as the cast of Godzilla Minus One. And additionally, Dan Stevens and Brian Henry delivered memorable performances that I'd rather not spoil. Watch the film to find out. The CGI in this movie was not as poor as some people had claimed. While there are a few scenes where compromises were evident, it wasn't a distracting issue. The portrayal of scale in the Hollow Earth and its inhabitants seems somewhat disjointed from the human characters, almost like a Titan-infested world in an island survival game. Nevertheless, this approach kind of worked well in the film. The film's environment and use of colors were stunning, with vivid, captivating visuals that kept viewers glued to the screen, especially for fans of Kong. The writing in Godzilla x Kong is straightforward and uncomplicating, sticking to a generic formula. Each character receives sufficient screen time without being overdone or overly explained. While the script plays it safe, it does explore gravity in a somewhat inconsistent manner at times. Some plot elements in the film may contradict those in previous films, albeit subtly. Ultimately, this is a movie best enjoyed with friends or family, providing a relaxing and enjoyable cinematic experience. Since my youth, Godzilla has always been a part of my life, introduced to me during the Showa era. In fact, on my 5th birthday, I received my first VHS tape of Godzilla, and I would watch it repeatedly. Enthralled by the kaijus just engaging in an epic battle and demolishing their surroundings. This film pays a spectacular homage to the Showa era of Godzilla, and I believe fans will adore it. For me, the movie provides an escape from reality, allowing me to sit back and enjoy a fun-filled film with comedic moments that had me laughing throughout. The only dull moment, in my opinion, was during the credits. I wanted more. I wanted to feel more, but there wasn't anything else. Not even a post-credit scene. I left the theater wanting to immediately re-enter. This isn't a movie focused on a complex plot or solely on Godzilla. It's about the kaijus and their essence. The film explores new boundaries by giving kaiju emotions and portraying monsters as truly monstrous beings. But not just only that, but also how kaijus can also be a character. Godzilla vs. Kong was a delightful experience, and I wish it had more screen time to showcase the engaging visuals and fantastic kaiju battles. I believe this entry will be cherished by fans of the Showa series. While it may not reach the same heights as Godzilla Minus One, it deserves recognition as a great addition to the Monsterverse. Despite concerns about the film being bland with much negativity online, I want to share my final thoughts before concluding this video. During a recent film viewing with my father, two young kids sitting nearby were on the edge of their seats throughout the entire movie shouting, "Go Kong, Godzilla!" and other excited remarks. It took me back to what made me fall in love with Godzilla in the first place. I wasn't drawn to Godzilla for the story or the human cast. I loved Godzilla because it was fun and simple. Whether you're an old-time fan of Godzilla who's grown up with it like I, or a new-time Godzilla fan who was introduced to Godzilla since 2014, I encourage you to revisit the earlier Godzilla films and reflect on what made Godzilla the iconic character he is today. I'm not saying you have to love Godzilla x Kong, but we can all appreciate that it serves the same purpose as the early films did. It supports Godzilla, the G-Man. Let's come together and acknowledge that Kong and Godzilla started this incredible journey. Without those early films, we wouldn't have the amazing content we have today. So while I know this film won't receive universal acclaim, but Adam Wingard, if you're watching this, thank you so much for your work on this film and the contribution to the Monsterverse, and thank the rest of the team too, who supported this entire film. And I hope to see more from y'all in the future, but please next time, if you did enjoy this video, please do be sure to leave a like and tell me your thoughts down below. I'm still new to movie reviews, so by no means is this professional work. If you do want to see other things that I do, please consider checking out these videos on the left or on the right here and on the content down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. This is GigaBlasto2 signing out. See ya!